Many people call me Sacagawea. There's a lot of uncertainty about the pronunciation of the name. I'm Sacagawea. I was born, yeah, you also heard Sacagawea. I heard Sacagawea when I was young. Sacagawea. Anyway, I was born to the Shoshone tribe in an area called Idaho Territory in the northwestern part of the United States. Early on in my life, you know, we didn't keep track of birthdays so much, but when I was maybe 12, 13 years old, I was captured by the Hidatsa people and made a part of the Hidatsa tribe. And as time went on, then we are in this part of the country that is controlled by France. Not too many people travel in that area. It's a very empty, gigantic, well, it's not empty, it's full of life, but people don't know much about it. The few people who do are the trappers and traders, most of them French, but not all. And that territory, like I say, is part of France. So it's not surprising that at one point in here, a guy named Toussaint Charbonneau turns up in the Hidatsa village and is trading. Trapping, skins, whatever, picking up stuff from the people. And I say that he must have given them something really good because he got me in the deal. So I began traveling, trapping, trading along with Charbonneau. And not too long later, we go head east to trade some goods, land in the St. Louis area, and we are going to winter and stay with the Mandan people in that area. Well, not about that same time, a whole bunch of guys from Washington, D.C. arrived, saying that they're going to explore this big area. What none of the native people, and many of the French did not know, was that area, there'd been a big real estate deal made recently. France was in a war with Spain. They needed money more than real estate. And they sold the whole Louisiana territory to the United States for about, I think it's about $10 million. I don't have the figure in my mind, but I think it's about $10 million. Okay? A princely sum to the Congress, but the president managed it. But now he doesn't know what he has. He doesn't know what's there. He doesn't know what people, what animals. He doesn't know much about Sacagawea. Sacagawea.
Sacagawea.
And like I say, that's not authoritative. That's what there's differences of opinions on that.
Sorry, they're dragging me.
Anyway.
Sorry. I've read about your history books, but
you haven't got the coin yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, mercy. There you go. That's all right. So anyway. Anyway. So at this point, they want to know what they bought. So president, okay, which president? Which president? Which president wants to know what he's bought with the Louisiana Purchase?
Thomas Jefferson.
Whoa, who said Thomas Jefferson?
I did.
Oh, star. Okay. President Jefferson says, okay, we got to figure out what we got here. So he sends two guys. Their names are?
Lewis and Clark.
Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, who are supposed to command an expedition of Corps Discovery to find out what he's purchased. They land in St. Louis. They haven't been west of St. Louis or much. They've been somewhat west, but not much. Okay, so they need somebody to tell them the way. And there's not many people, Charbonneau being one, who had been that far west. He also knows a good deal and a good job when he sees it. Okay, so he hires on as a translator and guide for this group. I don't know that he had ever crossed the Rocky Mountains. He'd certainly been in them. He had not made it to the Pacific. But he sure knew more than they did. Well, in the deal, they got me and my baby Pumpy as well. So we start crossing the United States. Now, if we're crossing the United States and we are landing on, if you're Nez Perce, if you're Arikara, if you're Blackfoot, and you have this bunch with firearms, all kinds of weird stuff, and looking very strange, landing on your doorstep, what do you do? Some suggestions. What do you do? Any ideas? You might shoot them. I'm shoot them. Like, we don't know what they look like, but they're dangerous. Shoot them. Okay, now there was some grave suspicion. What else might you do? You might talk to them. You might say, okay, let's find out who these people are. What can we get out of them? What good are they? Okay? What do they got? Okay, what else?
Punch them.
Punch them? Well, you might want to punch them. Yeah, you might. What else? Huh? Yeah, and many did. I mean, even though President Jefferson told them to discover and describe the tribes in the area, there were a lot they never saw, okay? There were people who spied on them and disappeared into the caves and the woodwork. And if you don't want to be seen as a Native American, by that people, you're not going to be seen, okay? So, some disappeared, Some took pot shots, but Lewis and Clark were absolutely ironclad. There was no unfriendly interaction with the native people. So there was very little return fire, and there wasn't a whole lot on the other side. And there was a whole lot of trading. A lot of them said, okay, well, what good are they? What do they got? Okay? There was a lot of trading that happened. And people credit the presence of Sacagawea and baby Pompey with the fact that there was so much of the friendly interaction. If they've got women and children with them, they're not dangerous. Okay? They might be good for something. And Lewis and Clark had quite a bit of trade goods. They were quite well supplied in that regard. So they traded their way and discovered their way and sent journals back and all this back to the United States. But as they're traveling west, looming in their horizon is what? Large, rocky, gigantic, high elevation. The Rocky Mountains. Okay. There aren't a lot of people who crossed those mountains. There were a few. They got as many reports as they could. The best reports they could put together told them they could probably cross them in 2 weeks, but they would need horses. Okay? Now, there's word out there, there's one group of Indians that has a lot of horses, the Shoshone. Does that sound familiar? I am Shoshone. I can say, yes, sure, my people got lots of horses. Let's find some Shoshone. So we did. We went looking for Shoshone. The amazing thing, it was not that we found Shoshone, they were out there. The amazing thing was that when we found the Shoshone, there was this incredible moment when I looked at the chief and he looked at me and we said, oh my goodness, I thought I'd never see you again. It was my brother. Oh sis, I thought I'd never see you again. It was my brother. So there was this incredible reunion, and of course the Shoshones helped. They sold them horses. They found them a few guys, they started helping them. They tried to help them get across the mountains. It took a lot longer than 2 weeks. It nearly killed them. Okay? But they made it across. They did get the horses. They did get to the other side. They did make it to the big water on the west. That was a terribly difficult winter. It rained the whole time. And ultimately we went back to St. Louis area. By the time we got back, we'd been gone for how long?
2 or 3 years.
2 years. 2 years plus. Yeah. They never thought people thought we were dead a long time ago. Again, people did not know how big the country was. We had sent back specimens and journals for a while, but came a point where that was not possible. People thought we were dead. So we came back with all these specimens, and every single person in the expedition but one. What did he die of? It wasn't an arrow to the back.
Natural causes?
Appendicitis. He died early on. Okay? And after that, they lost no one. But anyway, that core of discovery did more to open that area to the United States than anything else.